This is the tale of an election.
I, Ruto.
Kenya had its general elections on the 9th day of August 2022 in what many termed an election between a sitting president and their deputy. With a constitution that only allows a president to serve for a maximum of 2 terms, Uhuru Kenyatta, who had served as the 4th president of Kenya from the year 2013, was on his inexorable way home. However, the then President Kenyatta publicly endorsed his former political foe, Raila Odinga, who was making his 5th unsuccessful stab at the presidency.
Na mimi naamini barabara ya kutenda haya ni moja, na hiyo ni ya Raila Amolo Odinga.
The stage was set, and almost a year before D-Day, William Ruto's campaign trail was on full gear. It would be remiss of me if I failed to scratch the surface of Dr. Ruto's bio, which would certainly be lacking if the words chicken seller or young boy from Sugoi were missing. Dr. William Ruto, leading to the August 9th general election, was the Deputy President of Kenya, having been the first Deputy President to be elected after passage of the 2010 Constitution. Ruto had previously served in other administrations as Minister of Agriculture, to say nothing of the fact that he'd been Member of Parliament for over a decade. In what came across as utter defiance to his boss, Dr. William Ruto unapologetically went for the nation's top seat, never missing the chance to acknowledge God's presence in his quest.
But I want to tell you, when you see me here, you see a testimony of God's goodness. And it gives meaning to the words of Daniel 11:32, that those who know their God, they will be strong and they will do great exploits.
Raila Odinga, referred to in common parlance as Baba or Agwambo, was clearly the favorite of most presidential polls. The limelight had never before hit the old man as brightly as it did in the 2022 general elections. Basking in the glow of President Uhuru's endorsement, to say nothing of unremitting support from a litany of state officials, including and not limited to key cabinet secretaries, Raila Odinga's win seemed a foregone conclusion.
Hii uchaguzi ya 2022 hii ya mwezi ujao, hii imeenda. Hii imeenda. Hii imeenda kabisa. Hii imeenda. Hii imeenda. Hii imeenda.
After all was said and done, all eyes were cast upon the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which is the electoral body responsible for conducting elections in Kenya. Election Eve in Makadara constituency.
The turnout, we expect all of you to come out and come and vote. The POs and the PPOs will be able to proceed to the polling station this evening, starting maybe 4. I want to wish that we are all set. Just come out with your national ID or passport, whichever document you use for the registration. So my people of Makadara, come out, come and vote.
Nimekuja leo kuhakikisha kwamba niko katika register ya IPC ya voting, so that kesho nikikuja, of which nimepanga ya kwanza kesho na kuja mapema kabisa. By 6 nimekuja, nimemaliza, nimerudi nyumbani.
Hapa tuko St. Patrick's Primary School, na hapa ndio mimi nimejiandikisha kupiga kura yangu kesho. Naomba wananchi wote wa Kenya kesho tutokee kwa wingi, tupige kura, na ukimaliza kura yako uende kwa nyumba ungojee matokeo. Mahali umepiga kura, mtu wako kama hajapita, kama amepita ni sawa, matokeo itaamua.
Kenya ni yetu, tuishi kwa amani,
tukubali yule atashinda, tukubali kama kiongozi wetu. Yule atashindwa akubali tena wakati mwingine.
On election day, both local and international observers made their way to various polling centers from as early as 5 a.m. Long queues of voters were experienced across the country. For those that stand out, the rallying call was one: peaceful elections.
I just wish Kenyans peaceful elections, kujeni mvote na tuendelee na maisha yetu after this.
So far, so good. Everything is going on smoothly as anticipated. I haven't seen anything to raise an alarm, and I pray and hope that the entire country, the process shall go on smoothly. People will have to exercise their democratic right and choose freely whom they want to lead them.
Sasa tunataka kuchaguana sasa. Ndio tuchague watu wale wanaweza kusaidia wananchi. Hatutaki mama mbaya. Tunataka usalama.
And at the end of it all, there is a life after elections, and after electing our leaders, we have a future and all will be well.
In Buruburu Girls High School in Makadara constituency, Nairobi, Kenya, my name is Edwin Austin. There was a bit of unrest reported in some polling stations, a situation that was occasioned in large part by the malfunctioning KIMS kit and the blatant disregard of rules by uncooperative voters.
We had an issue in the morning. Our kids had a problem. It scanned the wrong code. So we could not use the said KMs at that specific time. We had to wait for some hours to start voting. Our technical team came and brought another KMs and we started voting.
Kama mnaongea na mimi bado unaongea. Tumesema hivi, hii laini ya pande hii haiongezeki. Tunachukua mtu mmoja kutoka pande hii kisha laini ni moja.
There were no injuries. There were police officers and the students that are controlling.
Wakosa ni wale wanakatia wengine laini. Mtu anakala hadi saa 5. Kama mimi kuja kwa kuna kati ya president.
Sikiza nani? Sasa hakuna kurudi nyuma. Nikukatia hapa waingie. Hao wakati hapo 5 waingie.
Nimefurahi sana kwa sababu other than the other elections kuna long queues na kwa na mbomobe, yani watu ni wengi, but for now nimekuja sasa hii in 2-3 minutes nishamaliza mambo yangu na naenda home sasa vizuri. The other thing is about the unrest in other constituencies, other parts of the country. Nimeza vijana juu hao tu ndio hutumika sana au watu wote to keep peace. Kumbuka kuna life after 9th of August, that is today. Kuna 10th, kuna 11th na bado mimi nitakuwa brother yako na we keep peace. Jua these people tumewapotia lakini hao watujui, si ndio tunawapotia.
Once voting came to a halt, in full view of party agents, police officers, authorized media and IEBC officials, the votes were counted at the polling stations before being ferried to the constituency tallying center. The fabled Form 34A was a document generated at the polling station level, indicating total number of votes that each presidential candidate had garnered. Once recorded, they were posted on the IEBC portal. Any patient individual with a working calculator would have easily summed together the over 45,000 forms and got the winner of the election. Suffice it to say, so many Kenyans did exactly that, but the sole responsibility of announcing the presidential winner rested upon one Wafula Chebukati, who doubled as the chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission as well as the National Returning Officer. Celebrations at the constituency level began.
Mimi nataka kushukuru Mungu kwanza kwa hiyo ushindi. Ushindi sio wangu, ushindi wa wana Makadara. Wale wamenipigia kura na wale wamenipigia kura, sisi wote tutaungana tujenge Makadara chini ya Mheshimiwa George Aladwa Amwera. Asante returning officer for that good election. Bali tumekuwa patient, tusamehe, lakini hali ya siasa najua tu wakati mwingine once beaten twice shy. Kwa hivyo nataka kusema asante kwa wana Makadara kunichagua, na wale walikuwa wanasema ati Makadara walichaguliwa mara mbili, nikaichapa hata mara 4. Na mnajua mimi ni Simba ni moja na ni moja ni Aladwa. Mungu abariki Makadara.
Reporting from Aquinas High School in Makadara constituency, my name is Edwin Austin.
County Returning Officer hereby declares that Johnson Arthur Sikaja, passport number A1627553, has been duly elected as the County Governor for Nairobi City County in the election held on 9th day of August 2022.
And finally,
in accordance with the law, the Constitution and the law, I, Wafula Chebukati, Chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, hereby declares that Ruto William Samoei of ID number 6847208 has been duly elected as the President of the Republic of Kenya under the provisions of Article 138 of the Constitution in the presidential election held on 9th of day of August 2022.
Raila Odinga exercised his right to appeal the lost election by tabling a petition before the 7-judge bench Supreme Court. 4 commissioners of the electoral body disowned themselves from the final results announced by the chairman Wafula Chebukati, attributing their decision to the opaque nature surrounding the announcement. Kenyans were on the precipice of exhaustion and anxiety. The horse had clearly bolted, and only the Supreme Court could determine its course.
My lords, you have been urged by several counsel who have spoken before me to find that this election was irretrievably flawed. That from the word go, one counsel said, and I quote, everything that could go wrong went wrong. In this court, my lords, as we sit here this morning, there are no less than 3 governors addressing you elected under this election. There are no less than 4 senators elected under this election. And there are no less than 4 members of parliament elected under this election. When, my lords, it is not in my place to suggest the questions you should put to council, but I would plead with you to put that question to council when they return to the podium. Are they happy with their own election? If they are, How then is it that this election is irredeemably flawed?
The advocates and parties conducted, we declare the election of the first respondent as president-elect to be varied under Article 143 of the Constitution.
William Ruto sighed in rapture.
Oh, yes.
Madam Chief Justice.
For Raila Odinga's side, let it be sufficient to say this is where the camel broke its back. With nothing else between his way and the oath of office, Inauguration Day could not have come any quicker for Dr. William Ruto. Outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta, who had been incommunicado for a while, conducted himself like a statesman by peacefully and smoothly handing over the instrument of power to the man, the enigma, the definer of the status quo, the humble young man from Kamagut, now His Excellency, the 5th President of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. President William Ruto has surely exemplified the words of T.S. Eliot that only those that will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go.
Lord bless our land, Kenya. Justice is our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace and liberty, and plenty be found within our borders.